Good morning, my name is Jacob Folger. I'm an artist sculptor, and today we're going to make a wire saxophone sculpture. It's going to be a sculpture of a wire saxophone. And we're going to be using a few different things. I'm going to cover those first. We're going to be using galvanized steel wire. This is 18 gauge. It's kind of a heavier gauge. We also have 20 gauge, the galvanized steel wire, and we even have this 22 gauge, which is the lightest of the three. So the higher the number, the lighter the gauge. And this is just from my local hardware store. It comes on a plastic spool, but one thing you want to keep in mind is when you're pulling it off to not pull off gobs of it at a time. Just sort of unwind it as you go, because you can get tangled up pretty easily. An option, by the way, to the galvanized steel wire is copper wire. It's a lot prettier, I think, but it's substantially more expensive. And we're going to need some pliers. These are needle nose pliers. I got these for a couple of bucks in the bargain bin at the hardware store. These are beading pliers. They're smooth and they don't mar up the wire. I'm not certain I'm going to use these, but I like to have them handy. And of course, some wire cutters. It's also good to have some forms if you need them, just different shapes. I think I'm probably going to use one of these pigment containers for the big part of the horn, possibly. I'm not sure yet. Keep in mind, this is sculpture, and this is going to be sculpture in progress, and I'm not certain what I'll need, so I've got a couple different things here. I've also got a piece of paper and a pen, and I'm just going to draw a little sketch of what I'm doing here, which is going to be a saxophone. And so, of course, this pen seems to be drying out a little bit. I'm not a great illustrator, but that will give me some idea to go by. And it might actually end up being bigger than that. So yeah, I think probably what I want to do is I'm going to start off with the 18 gauge wire. I'm going to pull some out here. It's a stronger, heavier wire, so it would probably be better for the form and the basic shape that we're going to be doing. And let's see, I'm going to just hold it to this pigment jar and wrap it around it a couple times. See, I just unwrap it, unravel it, unroll it as I go. So pull that off there. And I think what I'll do is take a little piece of this wire here, the 22 gauge. And tie it around maybe a little bit longer would be a good idea. There we go. I just want to kind of tie this together here. And then do another piece also. go. Cut off the excess here. Now I'm going to start creating the frame for the horn. You've seen how I unravel it here, turning it. I think that's going to be where I'm going to terminate it right there, and then I'm going to bend that. Now, there are a lot of wire sculptors out there that use small bits of wire. I tend to be one that likes to use the wire from the spool and just keep it rolling. Can't say for sure that I'll definitely do that the whole way, but that's usually what I do. Now I'm going to have to cut some off here, so I'm going to bring it out a little ways. Now remember, I'm working on the basic shape of the saxophone at this point. And I'm going to bring this down in here. Start wrapping around the mouth of the horn. Try to make it as tight as possible. And that's basically what I have so far. Just trying to get a basic form to start with. And I'm going to cut this excess off. Now, I will warn you, this wire is very sharp. When it gets on the floor, you want to watch out for little baby feet, dogs, pets, cats, and you. You don't want to step on it. So make sure you clean up afterwards or hold on to the ends as you cut them. Now I'm going to go to a lighter gauge, and that will be this 20 gauge wire. I've got the lighter gauge wire now, and I'm going to start wrapping that. So I'm going to cross it over the two wire forms I've got and just twist it around to get it started. And I'm going to hold those forms out a little bit from each other. I'm not looking to kind of compress those two pieces of wire together. I just want them to kind of stay apart there. Because that's going to help me bulk up the horn. So it, of course, it starts off very wide here, and then it goes gradually gets thinner or skinnier going up the horn. and I'm just loosely wrapping it. Now you can, when you're wrapping it, you can just do it loosely like I'm doing there, or you can use your fingers to kind of hold the wire from getting too tight. So I'm kind of, you can see I'm kind of holding the wire with my index finger over here, just kind of stopping it from sliding down and off and getting too tight. And then it's just a time process of wrapping it, and building it up, bulking it up. Couple things about it is, you know, it's like anything, especially if you've never done it before, you're likely to be, you know, maybe sloppy even, or clumsy with it. But you just stay at it. It's, you know, it's kind of a slow process. You just take your time. You know, there's not any rush. There's not a lot of pressure or anything like that. I just say take your time, take it easy. It takes some time, but let me show you this one. I made that one this morning. I mean, it's still not quite done, but I thought before I, you know, keep going with this one, I really should go ahead and get one on video and let you guys see how to do it. But so definitely don't get frustrated. You know, if you need a break, take a break, and keep it on the spool. Don't run it out like some people like to, including me sometimes, will run it out like 10 or 15 feet, and boy does that make a mess. So just try to keep it on the spool or work with smaller bits of it. Now what I'll do is I'll take I'm going to take cut this free here. Tie it around a few times to kind of terminate it there. Cut off the excess. See, if you hold it like that, you're holding both ends, and then you probably won't have to worry about it flying away that way. And since this is your creation, you can end it anytime you want. You can stop it and be done with it. You know, so I'm going to get a little bit of the heavier wire here. This is the 18 gauge. I'm going to take off, you know, I'm not going to cut it free. I'm just going to wrap for a while with the tighter, bigger, heavier gauge. It is stronger wire. It's in some ways harder to work with because it's substantially heavier than the other wire I was just using. But it works better as a form. And that will, I just like to do that for a while and then I'll go back to the other wire. Still kind of wrapping loosely. I'm sorry if I go off camera like that. And that, by just doing that little bit like that, it makes it a lot stronger. And then I'll cut that off. Show you where we are here. So, and as we go, just keep on wrapping until you get it to where you like it. Okay, I'm finishing up. Now, I did paint it black because I was thinking I have a music wall where I keep all my musical instruments, and I thought it would be nice on that wall. There wasn't much more that I did after the last clip. I just continued to add wire and beef it up a little bit, but pretty much it's about the same as it was. And so I'm just going to hang it on a couple nails, and I'll show you how that looks once I've got that up. And but it's a nice little saxophone. Now this again was the one I did earlier. It's not much different really, but I want to do it on video so you could see how. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe to my channel. I do a lot of different videos along these lines, sculpting in clay and wire for the most part. Please like the video, give it a thumbs up, and share it with your friends. And leave me a comment or question in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. Be creative, have fun, and have a great day.